All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is U.S. Gold Corp Director Robert Schafer. And Robert, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm very well. It's a nice day here in Salt Lake City. The weather's fine and I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. Well, I'm glad to have you along. Glad the weather is good because we're going to talk about outdoor stuff, and that's to deal with the CK Gold project that you're part of in Wyoming. And we'll get to that in just a second. But maybe thought a good opportunity to get a bit of your background. You've been in the game a long time, Robert.
Yeah, I've got a lot of gray hair and some of it's disappeared as well. I've been in the mining industry for more than 40 years. I'm a geologist and mineral economist with advanced degrees in both areas. I've started out my career as a true exploration geologist, having worked in the bush in now more than about 90 countries. I've also been largely involved with financings, a lot of M&A business activities in terms of advisory roles, and I've spent a lot of time doing volunteer work in the various mining-related organizations. I know I'm the only person the non-citizen to be president of the PDAC, the CIM, and then I've also been president of SME and the Mining Metallurgical Society of America. So I really
Wow.
don't recognize borders globally at all.
Yeah, you got a lot of experience, that's for sure, and you're kind of the perfect guy to talk to when it comes to addressing the CK Gold projects I mentioned in Wyoming with U.S. Gold. And just wanted to get your thoughts on the project in general. I know you know a lot about it and learned a lot about it. What is it you like about it? What are the advantages project has?
Sure. First, I'll tell you, I knew about the project and liked it a lot long before U.S. Gold had it. When I was executive vice president with the Hunter Dickinson Group in Vancouver, it was a project I identified for them as a possible exploration target way back in the early 2000s. And decision was not to go forward with it after a bit of due diligence, not so much because of the project itself, but because the commodity prices and the markets just weren't right for raising money around this project at the time. But when U.S. Gold acquired it and they learned that I had an interest and knew quite a bit about it, including the underlying previous owners and a lot of where the skeletons were in terms of historic technical reports and even old core dating from the 1980s, we talked and then decided to ask me to join their board. The project is a really neat one in that it's infrastructurally, it's almost ideal. It's about 5 miles, 10 kilometers away from a major interstate highway in the US, similar distance from a transcontinental rail, and both of them lead to a smelter only about half a day's drive away. So it's going to have a home very easily because the product that we'll be producing is a copper concentrate that is high quality, high copper content, as well as high gold content. Most any smelter wants a copper con with a high gold content.
Yeah.
Geologically, it's a real simple project. It's a big granite body that is very bit unusual in that it's almost all quartz and feldspars. There's really not much in the way of micas in it or any other iron-bearing minerals, and the copper ore itself has very low sulphide content. Almost virtually all of the sulphide mineralization is copper mineralization. So when the flotation occurs and the copper minerals come out, it's taken out all of the sulfide as well, so that the remnant tailings have essentially no acid generating capacity.
Hmm.
Then when you remove the ore body, the remaining granite is inert as well, so much so that it's being considered as a potential future reservoir for water storage for the city of Cheyenne.
Hmm.
So it
Sounds like there's lots of benefits of it. Yeah, lots of benefits there.
very many additional benefits besides the ore body itself. In addition, the waste ore ratio is less than 1 to 1, so that we're the economics and geometry of the ore body is very favorable, and the waste rock material again is inert, so much so that it's been tested as road metal material and fits it very well. So essentially, there very well likely not be any waste product at all because of the interest we've had in buying the waste product for road construction and for railroad ballast to maintain the nearby railroad.
Yeah, it seems like it has a lot of, the advantages. You mentioned the railroad, you mentioned, the access to where it is and power and all that, good jurisdiction. There's a lot of things that you look at when you sort of wondering about the economics of a project, and this clicks a lot of the key boxes. Is that what you see too?
Very much so, and usually key issues revolve around permitting of a project like this. Well, it's only about 25 miles to the west of the city of Cheyenne. So you would think that it's going to be, it will be high on the radar screen for the government of Wyoming, and very much so in that they're very positively inclined to it. Its project sits on state land. There's no federal lands involved or private land. So all the permitting is within the state of Wyoming, and because there's state land involved, the revenues that are revert to the state in terms of a royalty all go towards their education fund, which again is an additional plus to the aspects of the project itself.
Yeah. And lastly, Robert, I just want to ask you about, you mentioned earlier about the copper part and also the gold part, and just is it advantageous for a project to be able to be rich in gold, but also to have that copper element, or vice versa, if you like, copper with the gold element? So it
I,
sounds like,
yeah, I'd call it an ambidextrous project in
yeah,
that
that's right.
copper prices advance whenever there's strong economic activity, and so it will benefit in that regard. When there's um, global challenges, let's call it, um, gold always seems to advance, or when economic activity is challenged and interest rates rise, gold price also seems to want to do things counter to that as well. So almost any direction that an economy or a society wants to go, this project has an advantage to it.
Yeah. Robert, thank you so much for giving us a quick update on your thoughts on where you see the project as. Very exciting times, I know, for the company, and I really appreciate your time to sort of take us through it.
I really enjoyed talking with you. It's a project I enjoy talking about because it's got so many good things going for it.
There you go. Robert Schafer, director with US Gold Corp.